Hi Capricorn, and welcome to your February 2024 reading. This is a reading for all Capricorn placements or people who are just drawn to the title and who are Capricorn identifying, as I like to say. Or maybe it's a cross-watcher, or maybe, I don't know, maybe you just find this and you're like, this is for me because it just feels like it, and that's fine too. I work with the astrology only as a little tool on the side, and I am not an astrologer or anything of that sort. I also don't tell you your future. We're reflecting on situations with the help of the tarot cards, and maybe we gain some more insights, some more inspiration, some more awareness of a situation, of a relationship dynamic in the second part of the reading. So stay tuned, and we're gonna start with a card for Capricorn. King of Wands in the reverse. Okay, what I hear is you can't always get what you want. Capricorn, I don't know what's going on. There's something you might want bad and can't have. Or there's something where you feel like, with the King of Wands, we sometimes have a feeling where we're like on the gas and on the brake at the same time. Maybe our ego is also turning a little, growing a little too much, or being a little too impatient, and it might be bringing you some frustration, inner frustration. This is the King of Wands in the reverse. What can we do about it? Well, we can maybe do things that help us with our frustration, aggression, maybe even anger. Maybe there is some issues where you feel a little bit on the edge and you want to kind of find ways to release. Maybe we need to figure out an action plan. Maybe this is what we want to do when we feel like it's just not, I cannot find the right motivation, maybe. So maybe put down things in smaller portions. It can also be a dopamine problem where it's like, okay, I feel like I don't have the energy, you know. Why do I not have the energy to do the things? So starting small is what I hear. But let's see what else in the context of this card is coming out. It can change in a second because it's all about context. The Judgment card. This is very contradictory. I'm trying to really understand. Maybe it's also a situation that you're trying to understand. We're trying to understand with the Judgment card. On one hand, so you're coming into the situation with some sort of calling into a direction, some sort of also salvation, solution with a judgment that you're making. Maybe it's even a judgment you're making that you're not getting something that you want, which is weird. Why would you do that? Why would a Capricorn do that? I don't know. But maybe there is a way also presenting itself forward that feels like the right way. And of course, it could be that it's not immediately getting you what you want. Maybe it's like delayed gratification kind of thing, you know? So we might be called with the Judgment card to do something that also brings us in a situation of maybe a little bit of paralysis because we're overwhelmed with the chore. But we know very much the Judgment card is much stronger than the King of Wands. Or we are not ready to act on it yet, even though we know where we're going and where we need to go. But the acting on it is still a little stuck. The acting energy is stuck. This card is so weird. What a weird Judgment card. It's kind of scary. There is like really this angel, and he's blending out these two people, parent figures, and really going to this only, or this man from above, whatever, if it's an angel or God or I don't know, and he's like putting this trumpet over this child and really being like very direct, like, no, I'm talking to just you and not to these parents in the background. So maybe it is about a calling where people are still sleeping on it, people are still sleeping on you, but you are already seeing yourself going there, and even other people might not be even realizing that there is this calling for you. You are kind of being reborn into this. And now it's all about like, how do I act on it? Whew, Capricorn, this is intense. So let's see, maybe you're also dealing with a fire sign that is just annoying. Could also be a Leo or a Aries or a what's the third? Sagittarius. So there is a card that came out face down. 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. I love it because it's really working ourselves out of a lack mentality, that we are not worth of something. You know your way, you don't know what to do though, and it will kind of unfold, I think, and it will, oh, the moon in the reverse, yeah. This is really saying, don't force it, let it come to you. The moon in the reverse will bring up deeper movement, also from your subconscious. When the moon is in the reverse, it might feel like, it can sometimes feel like a little overwhelming or scary, because we are not sure how to interpret the emotions, and maybe intense emotions that are going on within us, but it at the same time is a release and gives us a lot of answers. So I think the more you try to force it, the more your subconscious, the more you try to force a situation that you don't want, the more your subconscious will tell you like not to go there or something. The more it will make you feel like you're going a little crazy. And not that you're scared, but it's really working your, not that you should be scared, but it's really working yourself out of a lack mentality and what you deserve and what's your worth, and not lying to yourself anymore about it. But yeah, it might bring most definitely some deeper feelings to the surface, or emotions that are a little more intense with the moon in the reverse. But when we hear a calling, I mean, yeah, it's you know, it's scary when we know for sure, like, this is the way to go, this is a judgment I'm making, this is what I'm really feeling like is right for me. Then stepping into this it's a big thing. It's not that it's such an easy thing. So yeah, let's see. Maybe also this idea of Pluto finally being out of Capricorn will bring this sense of relief, because a judgment is a relief. Don't get me wrong, this is a relieving card. I think what's happening here a little bit is that you might be fighting against it. There is a clear way shown to you, and you might be like, no, but I don't want. That could very well be a Capricorn stubborn move, you know, it couldn't be clearer. Really, it could not be clearer. I mean, this is like, hello, this is where you need to go. And it doesn't matter what the other people say. Yeah, sorry that I'm shouting, but yeah, I mean, there is no escape. That sounds terrible. It's not that, it's a good thing. The judgment is a good thing, because we finally feel like we see where things are, where the next level is unfolding for us. Okay, so in relationships and close relationships, it could be, of course, romantic relationships, doesn't have to be. We have the following situation. 10 of discs in the reverse. Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe this also has to do with relationships and leaving behind a situation that is not for you anymore, could very well be, or letting go of environments that are not for you. 10 of Pentacles, letting go of a life design. It doesn't have to be a relationship per se, but we are talking relationships, of course, of things that don't have worth for you anymore, or things that just didn't come to full circle and you feel like they just never gonna, you know. This is not the life I want to live with a person, with an environment, with people. This is not where I feel accepted, seen and heard and home. Because the 10 of Pentacles upright is really home. And when it's in the reverse, it's just, this is not home. This doesn't feel like home. And maybe it is communicating that to somebody. 8 of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, another person here is maybe, that's a good question. Is this person letting go emotionally, or is this person not letting go emotionally? It seems like it's not letting, they are not letting go emotionally. Or people still are holding on to an old version of themselves, of you. I hate that shit. You know, sorry to say it like that, but I hate it when you have people that are very close to you, and it's often the people who are closest to us who just can't gather the facts and see that you are not that person anymore after 10 fucking years. You know, it's like, I love you, but please perceive me. You know, I've been through so much stuff and there was so much happening. I am not like my 21-year-old self anymore, even though you knew me back then and you think I'm still the same. No. And that's kind of, I don't know, that's what I'm getting here. I don't know why. Yeah, it really, there needs to, it seems like conversations need to be held. There needs to be some talking, I feel like. And some communicating and some open, some also strategizing and figuring out what is the right thing to do, what is the smart thing to do, because it seems like there is still people connected to you emotionally, and this is not just gonna, this is probably why the King of Wands in the reverse is also here, because it's hard to know what to do in this situation. But it's important to talk for sure. Even though there might not be so much clarity right now, because the Shaman of Swords is coming out in this, you know, ambivalent kind of, not upright and not in the reverse kind of way. Just having the talks, I think, would be still important. Yeah, there's conflict. I mean, there is, I think, a person, it seems like a specific person. There's a person who is quite conflicted about if they're ready to let go emotionally of something. But you're like, this, it seems like you're saying, this is not working for me. This is not what I imagine to be my life like. That's kind of heavy. And there is still this sense of needing to work together in a way. Maybe you have to work with certain people, maybe it's family you have to work with, maybe you have kids with somebody, you know. And there is still, there needs to be a way figured out how to work on this, I feel like. Yeah, 8 of discs, 9 of discs. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. It's tricky. It's tricky. It's tricky when we really focus on another thing or another person or an environment more than on ourselves, and this is how this is coming out. Yeah. And there is no cups on your side and no wands. I mean, there's wands, but they're in the reverse. So yeah, I think we have the Priestess of Swords. Again, I think it really is about communicating here and talking. There is a situation where you have to work together, I think, to make whatever this is happen. Maybe it's a separation and we need to make a separation happen. Maybe it is, well, this is really not how I imagined this to be. I really wanted to build something else for a home, because it seems like a bigger thing that you're working on with a person. And we really need to figure out how to work on this to get there. And everybody has to kind of focus on their self-worth at the same time. In a working environment, when you have a colleague, it could really be a colleague as well. Right? It's like somebody is just very reactive, you know, to your discontent. It seems like there is discontent from your side, like this is not what I imagine things to be. Because the Capricorn, I mean, they want the full picture, you know, and when they're not getting the full picture, then that sucks. And a person is just very emotionally probably overwhelmed and also triggered by those conversations. Much more than you. You seem like very non-emotional. But yeah, there's still a deep sense of both parties having to work on their self-worth and independence. And you especially working yourself out of lack, which you're doing, I think. Interesting. Okay, let's look at the art oracles. Again, Pablo Picasso. He was just there for the Sagittarians. If nothing else, be prolific. Choose to have as many styles as you do lovers. Make something worth impersonating. Yeah, it's about accomplishing something also of worth with the 10 of Pentacles. And as many styles as you do lovers. Maybe your style is changing, you know. Well, this is a little disconnected here, I think, the Pablo Picasso. I cannot really fully connect him to this. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of coins here and a lot of pentacles, especially in this relationship thing. So it is a lot about value and communicating value. So what is of value to you, and why do you feel like you don't have it from a certain person, and how can you maybe, how can both of these people, or both of these influences, or we in general in our relationships, work more on our self-worth so we feel more stable and content in relationships. That's it. That's the whole story. I didn't have to talk 20 minutes about that. Okay, but I did. So yeah, thanks for being here. Please check out the description box and follow and subscribe and like everything, ideally. And if not, then that's fine too. And I hope I don't know, see you maybe another time still again. So yeah, have a great February and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.